The truth about piano competitions. In this video, I will share with you my journey about piano competitions from a very young age to today, what I think of them, and especially if you should also apply for competitions and go to competitions. My name is Aaron Pilson. I have traveled the world as a concert pianist, so obviously I have also played a couple of competitions. My very first competition was, I think it was probably around the age of 8, was one of these youth competitions, which was called Prima la Musica in Austria. So my teacher back then applied me to play there, and I actually went back every year. Piano solo was there every 2 years, and every other year was actually accompanying other musicians. Flutists from the flute class of our music school, but also string players. And I must say it was a really wonderful experience to be there. I've always had a goal to work towards to. I had a very cool repertoire, and I also liked playing in front of people. That was a really wonderful experience for me, and I usually won these first prizes as a child, also going to the national competition. And I had a very, very important competition when I was 13, which was called Wendel und Lung competition from a small piano brand, where I first won an upright piano for my music school, and then on the national level I won a grand piano for myself. It was my very first grand piano, and that was extremely exciting. Of course also for my parents, because we had to put the piano in our living room, and I remember that I told them, months before, I'm gonna win this piano, and they didn't believe me, and in the end I won this piano. So I was working really, really hard, and later, it all developed in a way that I had already concerts as a young man with 19, 20 years old. I was traveling the world already as a concert pianist, so I didn't really need so many competitions. I was also playing some competitions as a teenager and also later on in life, but my experiences were always, very mixed. I remember one of my last competitions. I went to Italy to a small competition, and I played the Schumann Carnival in the final round. And the jury was so polarized that some of them told me it was really genius. It was really incredible how I performed this work. And some other people actually told me that it was a circus and it was unprofessional. And it was really 50-50, so I didn't get a prize in the end because it was so polarizing that actually some jury members gave up their friendship. And it was a really, really crazy experience for me, because I was just doing what I thought was right. I was not actually trying to provoke. And it showed me a very, very important lesson, because in art, you have to always be very strong about your opinion. You have to be very convicted with what you do. And if you want to do something, art often provokes people in a certain way. Just imagine, Beethoven provoked many people with his style. So did Stravinsky and many other artists, also pianists. And if you don't conform in a certain way, you will never succeed at the competition. This is what I actually took from it. So if you want to win a prize at the competition, you have to play in a certain way. And I would always say, you're not supposed, to convince many people. You have to make sure that not many people dislike you. And that is a very different approach from what I have as an artist, because I want to actually reach people's hearts. I want to really transform their days when they got home, that they are still having something on their mind. And that is not something that you can do by avoiding mistakes or avoiding any dislikes, but that is what will make you successful in the competition. And that is the reason why I was never successful in the competition. I believe that I have something to say at the instrument and that I have a good technique. So the question is rather, do you allow yourself to change your identity in a certain way? And it never really worked for me, to be honest. But I know other people, on the other hand, who never had a great concert career and were actually so good that they won many, many international competitions. And you have to be careful. What I'm not saying is that you can be a great artist and win the competitions. There are certain artists, I just give you two names, for example Daniil Tirifonov or also Yunchan Lim, who have both won major competitions, and they're just extraordinary, so they can actually get that message across and also not make many people dislike them. That is a rare gift that will help you to actually succeed at competitions and also in concerts. But there are also many international prize winners, especially nowadays, who win international prizes and then go nowhere with it. So what is my advice to you if you are a young musician wanting to make an international career, or even if you're an amateur, because there are wonderful amateur competitions. One of my mentees actually just got a prize in the US, in Texas, that allows him to play music, play a recital at Carnegie Hall, which is really, really incredible. So if you're an amateur and you're really, really serious, and you are the type of person who likes to compete no matter what the outcome is, then you can consider that for yourself, because it will help you to actually prepare some repertoire and yeah, just simply have a goal to work towards too. And if you are a piano student, you should definitely also do some competitions. I don't say you have to go to all of the major ones, but you have to prepare ones. You have to be able to deliver that repertoire that is required for a competition, and you have to also be able to withstand that pressure in that situation, because if you cannot play in that pressure situation, you will never make a career anyways. So it is important that you're able to do it, but don't take it too seriously and don't take the results too seriously, because it will only disencourage you. So you need to have a strong mindset, and you need to take it as a learning experience. If you then also succeed, that is wonderful, but there are also more effective ways, in my opinion, nowadays to make a career, by using social media in the right way, by learning how to market and sell your skills as an artist, so that you're neither dependent on agencies nor competitions nor labels or other things. That is, in my opinion, the best way nowadays. If you then say later on you want to work with great managers and labels, that is very beneficial, but you should first master these skills yourself so that you know how you can get to these concerts. Anyways, competitions are a good thing. In my opinion, nowadays there are a little bit, there are a little bit too many of them, and they are not as important anymore as they were 50 years ago. So yeah, take it with a little care and do them, try your luck, and yeah, prepare yourself for the next competitions. If you like what you see from me, and if you want to also prepare for competitions, be it for a professional or an amateur competition, then apply for a free first lesson with me. Go to aaronpilson.com/academy, and we will figure out, you know, what repertoire you have to play, how you can prepare in the best possible way, how your mental state should be, that you can deal with rejection, but that you can also really perform at your very best. So we will all make a plan in this first lesson. As I've said, I have helped both professionals to win international prizes. I've had a mentee who won a prize in Barcelona, and also a non-professional who won prize, so you can play at Carnegie Hall. So if you want to do that yourself, you can imagine I'm traveling the world as well as a pianist. I don't have so many places. Apply for that lesson now. You can always decide later, you know, if you want to learn with me in the long term, but that lesson will already move you forward by making this plan for you, by choosing a repertoire and making a plan for your preparation time. So go to aaronpilson.com/academy, apply for that lesson now, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and we see each other very soon again in the next video. Bye bye.